Drytile system represents an entirely new method for laying ceramic tiles. Drytile sets new standards, particularly in projects requiring speed accompanied by high quality and durability of the floor. Drytile is laid dry, without any adhesive, yet offering all of the advantages of high-quality ceramic flooring. Successful installation requires careful preparation and strict adherence to the installation guidelines. This film takes you through the individual steps of laying Drytile flooring. One of the most important elements for successfully laying Drytile is the durability and evenness of the substrate. Please use suitable methods to check this carefully before installation. For normal floor loads, tolerance must meet at least the requirements of the DIN 18202 standard, tolerances in building construction. For high load floors, we also recommend maintaining a gauge of 2 mm over a length of 2 meters across the entire area of the floor to be laid. If the floor is not level, please use a self-leveling compound. Spot unevenness can be filled smooth, while bumps can be removed by sanding. The finished flooring requires an all-round clearance of 8 mm from all projecting components. Secure an edge insulation strip prior to installation. After joining, trim this strip flush with the tile flooring. This ensures that the floor has sufficient space in all directions and does not have any contact with projecting components. Drytile tiles are supplied stacked on pallets. There is a reason for not packing them in smaller units. This enables us to avoid packaging waste and speed up your work on site. The cork underside means that Drytile tiles literally stick to each other. Therefore, they need to be separated from each other first on the pallet. Use a rubber mallet to tap the top tile to detach it from the one below. Under no circumstances should you use any other tools for releasing the tiles, metal tools for example. Hammers, chisels, or screwdrivers are not suitable and can damage the tiles. The same applies for using a piece of timber or similar. After examining how square the room's walls are, you can start aligning the first row of tiles. Measure at various points to ensure that the tiles are exactly parallel to the wall. Lay the first row of tiles along the line. Minor corrections can be easily made using a rubber mallet. Important: the tiles must be aligned at the cork edges. This forms a precise joint. Once laid, the tiles can be walked on immediately. Drytile tiles can be cut to size using conventional tile cutters. Use a trimming knife to cut the cork edge with ease. Use a standard tile washing set for jointing. The Drytile system joint sealer must be applied correctly, as it's crucial for the proper functioning of the finished flooring. Do not use any other joint sealer. To ensure the stability of the floor, the exact mixing ratio must be observed. Use scales to check the correct quantities of individual components when mixing. Stir the mixture for approximately 3 minutes and do not add any more water or joint sealer. If you have done everything correctly, the system joint sealer should have this consistency. The mixture is now ready to use. In the next step, get your tools ready for jointing. The joint sealer is not applied across the surface of the tiles, but instead inserted into the joints row by row and by applying sufficient pressure. Ideally, this task is performed by 3 people. The first person applies the joint sealer. The next person cleans the area shortly after using a little water. Ensure that the joint is not washed out too much. Then the third person wipes the area with clean water. Proceed 1 row at a time so that the area is no longer navigable immediately after jointing. Close off the freshly jointed area. It can be walked on after 12 hours and is fully durable after 24 hours. Depending on the conditions on site, further work may be necessary. To create an expansion joint, cut off the cork edge of the tiles on both sides of the joint. Then, if using silicone for example, seal the entire gap right down to the substrate. Lay a double layer of foil underneath the joint to decouple it from the substrate. You can use end rails or transition rails for individual areas. Secure the rail to the floor using conventional tile, silicone or hybrid adhesive. Tiles can be laid as soon as the adhesive has set. If individual tiles are damaged, they can easily be replaced. If noise and dust are to be avoided, use a multi-tool to cut open the joint. If there are no restrictions on noise or dust, you can use an angle grinder for this. This is also significantly faster. Remove any joint sealer residue from the area and insert the new tile. As the cork edge may have been damaged when removing the joint, take care to achieve a consistent joint width here. If several tiles are replaced in the floor covering, we recommend laying double-layered foil under the joints to ensure continued decoupling of the flooring. If a Drytile floor is to be removed in full, sections comprising several tiles can be separated and lifted out in one go.